All right, so we got Barb taken care of. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. All right, so it is Monday afternoon, and we're gonna try and get Barb in. I need to lock Factor up, so that's why we're starting in the barn. Now I just need to sneak behind him and shut the gate, which means I gotta jump through the manger here. All right, not so bad. He's got his ground feed. He'll be happy, and we'll give him his corn silage later. He'll be all right. But needed to do that because we need all that space to be able to lure all the cows in. So one nice thing Dad was able to do today, he was able to get lick tubs. So one for the bull group, and then over by the mineral bucket, over here, we put one over there right next to the opening. All right, gate is open, and I need to let these cows in, and hopefully they will do what we want them to do. All right, Barb actually went back into the loafing shed. She just stepped out. So all these guys can go back out. And we just got to make sure we don't let her get out. Should be all right. All right, pretty quick here. We got to shut this. Should be able to let Cher and that yearling heifer go. There's Barb around the corner there. Come on, guys. Let's go. Now we just got to filter a couple of these girls out and leave Barb in here. Get 53 out of here. Come on. The ones that are left, they're probably going to be pretty eager. One of which is Whitey Gergs. 75 is the most eager. Yeah, I'm coming. So FH75, she likes to move pretty easy. So this won't be too hard. Let her by. All right, let's see if we can get Whitey Gergs out of here. Whitey Gergs, come on, kiddo. Boss. Looks like we have one heifer, first calf heifer, and then Barb. So that's all right. Come on, Whitey Gergs. Yep. All right, so we got Barb taken care of. Got basically what we could get out. So she doesn't have anything exposed, which is always the biggest thing. But what we do, and I didn't show you what we actually did, but what we do is we take two sticks and we pinch it, and then we actually roll the sticks. And these are just, I literally just broke these off. They're just chunks of cedar. Just happened to be something laying around. And then that pinches that leftover afterbirth and gives you something to just ease back on. You don't want to pull because you don't want it to tear too soon. But it seemed to work. We've done it in the past. Heck, my grandma's done it too. So it's a neat little trick. Tuesday afternoon, another day, another feeding. It's actually pretty decent outside, nice and sunny. So, you know, it's not going to be pitch dark at 5 o'clock tonight, you know, more like 5:15. Everybody looks pretty decent. Bedding wise, I do want to get the bulls their trace block to put in their lick tub. But for those guys, what I'll do is I will break it in half, and then they only get half a block, because a full block will sit too far above the top of the tub, and then they rub on it and the bulls will push it out. The calves, the heifers and steers, they don't do that. The bulls, they'll push the block out like every time. So I break it in half, and that way there's like this much of a lip from the molasses to the top of the tub, and then a half a block won't roll up and over. So lessons learned over the years. They're really starting to like their corn silage, which is awesome. And then we put some in that little bunk for Barb and for EL50. And then still pulling out 2 5-gallon buckets for the bull, and then he gets a little bit of ground feed on top of it. He is already in the barn. He's waiting for me. Right, so we were feeding bales over there. This field is kind of split with the drain ditch that runs down the middle, as we used to treat it as 2 different fields. So we're actually like literally right next to the road. This is also typically tends to be, especially right next to the fence, low quality grass and hay because of the salt and stuff that sprays off the road. But again, we're just gonna keep watching these girls, make sure we don't have any issues. Now you also get a little hyper paranoid when they even arch their tail to take a dump. Seeing everybody, I just want to find, there's a heifer, a first calf heifer in here I want to find. There she is. Thought that's who she was. Nobody out here is really lacking any kind of condition, that's for sure. They're all in decent shape. Hi, Deja. Cher's fat. She's fat because she didn't have a calf this year. She's fat. That's gonna be what Barb looks like next year. Which Barb and Cher are actually kind of related. Cher is out of Radium. Radium was very, very popular Fleckvieh, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, I think, judging by registrations and looking through people's pedigrees. And then Barb is out of a Radium daughter. So, but he was a very good bull, Cavingese bull, but just good overall. But this strip in here, part of the field, definitely needs extra attention. So we did this last year too. So to wrap up our day, we are going to do a long overdue little project, and that's blowing out the water line for the yellow water. Dad's already going over to shut the valve off. I just need to buzz the four-wheeler down there, and then we'll get it going. All right, we're at our first stop, which is that silver water. Oh, wow. Huh. That's not good. I was wondering why it was slacked. That is not good. Let's fix that quick. Oh, didn't help you guys out any. Hold, please. There. All right, that's more better. I knew there was something touching metal. I knew it. All right, so we need to shut this valve off so water does not flow. And what? Okay, we're gonna disconnect that. And then we're going to disconnect this right here. All right, valve for that guy shut off, hoses disconnect. Let's go to the yellow water. And no surprise, this is still a water hole. All right, where is our hose? There it is. Right here. So we'll disconnect that and make sure that that is open. And we'll call the boss. All right, so now what Dad's doing, if you didn't see our video from last year when we blew out the lines, we have a chunk about 12 inches long where we have the air hose coupler on one end and then garden hose on the other. It's actually just a chunk of garden hose, and it works really, really well. And then we just put it on the faucet up by the shop. There's still water from the house to the shop. Water's turned off. So then when you push water in, or when you push air in or force air in, it doesn't go into the house. It only goes the way it can, and which is down here by the yellow water, the end of the line. And you can tell that it's working because water is flowing. And this is gonna flow for a while. Typically it'll flow for about 5 minutes or so. 5, maybe 8, give or take. The fact that it's flowing is really good. So we did pull the plugs, and I'll pull the plug on the other tank too. This one's just a push plug, but there was a skim of ice on the top. Water is still running. It's probably going 5 minutes now. You can tell real easy because it'll start spitting and sputtering when it starts becoming more air than water. You are able to tell that this is starting to pick up pressure, which means it's starting to get a little bit more air in there, a little less water. Yep. But we're gonna go take the plug out of the steel tank and let that guy drain out. All right, so then what we got is, here's the faucet that controls it from the house. Turn this off, which it is. Then we take this guy out and we put a air coupler in there and then hook the compressor up to it. Gets loud in here. So that is the abbreviated version of how we blow the pipes out. But that's one of those feel-good projects that we do every year. A little bit of peace of mind type of thing. But since I did fix that one spot, I want to check the fence because I haven't shut the wires yet. I think I'm going to use the other one. That's going to be hard to read the other one. I gotta leave the door open again because the little kitties are in there. Let's see what that looks like after I fix that thing over there, because that was basically a direct ground. I am using the old tester. This one just got the flasher that goes up to 7,000 volts. So it doesn't pay to test it at the start, because essentially this is one big loop that one of the farthest points is right across from where it starts. So let's see what we got going on. Now I think the last time I checked this, stuff was cruising at like 3,000 volts at the end of the line. Oh yeah. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, I don't think you guys can see that, but it was a strong 6. That's much better. So that was a big deal. Now I feel even better. All right, that was nice. I think that's enough for today. Go in and do some resemblance of a workout or something. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? All right, Wednesday afternoon. Dad's actually been hauling manure. I think he got 8 loads hauled in. So since that's a short turnaround, I'm going to jump on the Mahindra, swap out, throw a bale out for the cows, give them 2 tonight, because we thought it was 1 last night. But I'll throw 1 bale out there for them and come back. Dad will be back by then. So here's what he's been working on. So that pile was like right up in here last night. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. It's not Friday yet, it's Friday Eve. And I should have opened the wires because I'm getting the glare. Kyle's getting 1 bale tonight and just extending our feeding. You can kind of see up in here, they cleaned like 99% of it up. So, Whitey Gergs. She's really turned out nice. I like the way she's put together. I'm watching YC. Where did she take off to? I mean, she wasn't moving. There she is. YC, she's moving really good. She's a little skinny from her ordeal, but I think she'll put it right back on. She's got just a little hitch in her get along, so. But this is a much better area for her. She's definitely There's out in this field, there's no mud out here, so that's good. Okay, so we're out by the elevator and we're gonna try and put this guy in place. So what does that entail? Well, we're gonna put the material bucket on, hook up to the front of this guy, and then get it lined up. And we're actually gonna line it up so that it's sitting more here. Typically we've been over there, which I guess we might do again. We're not sure. Just depends on how we want to make the loop. But now that the manure pile's gone, we got more flexibility. But get it in line, and then we got to crank it up so it gets into the spout up there. So we got up there, but now what we need to do is we dig a hole under here, so when we set it down, that the hitch is at ground level. That way we can get the tractor as close to the elevator as possible. All right, so this is what we're talking about. Boots at ground level and the hitch is just below, and then we can take that sod and actually put it over it just in case it's sticking just above. Like I've said, and I'll keep saying it, I hate how dark it gets this time of year because you got to drop the clocks back. But everybody's fed, everybody's where they need to be, so we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. All right, it is pretty darn nice out considering. Still a little above temp. So on the dock for today, obviously normal feed stuffs, but then we want to try and do something about that. We've got that center pillar that we made for helping our corn to dry out, the cob corn, because this weekend we want to pick corn. We've tried a couple different ways to keep that thing in the center. We've used wire broke. We used 2x4s, 2x4s broke. So this year we're going to use some rope. All right, so coming to you from inside the crib. So we've had this, we made this, and it goes like 2/3 of the way up. And it's really just, these center tubes are just to help keep air flowing through the corn. And we think it's helped out, so we wanted to keep it. So what we did this year is we just got some heavy nylon rope. Just took some boards to span a couple of these bars so we weren't pulling just in one spot. So we've got here, and then it V's off to there, and then we have one going there, and that's a joint. So you've got, where is one? So this is what a joint looks like. It's a bend here and a bend that way, and then this rod slips down in between it. So you've got some pretty good rigidity at one of these joints. So yeah, hopefully this helps. I mean, once the corn's in, it doesn't move. It's more so, well, partially when the corn's coming in, it likes to fall to this side, to the north. We think we helped fix that or alleviate that problem a little bit with adding that little bend in the spout up there. So hopefully that'll help. We got this set up tomorrow. We are hoping to really get quite a few loads. Usually it takes about 10 loads to fill this guy, 8 to 10 loads. And we're hoping to at least get this guy filled tomorrow. That would be a big step in the right direction. And honestly, if we don't have any to go in the barn, that's not a huge deal. With the corn silage and everything, if we had a little less cob corn, that's okay too. But it is what it is, and tomorrow we're gonna hit picking pretty hard because everything is ready to go. We just gotta hook stuff up and go with it. So all right, we're at the end of the day. It's Friday, it's the end of the week, so we're gonna call it the end of the video. Hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up button. Got any questions? Please leave them in the comments. Always like those questions. And of course, don't forget to subscribe because it helps support the channel. And as always, thanks for coming along.